Starting off the last row of the rainbow shades, we have the bright neon green right here in the bottom left-hand corner, and this one is called Social Blade. Literally, best name in the entire world. It's beautiful and green, just like my social blade.
Hi all.
James here.
I was hoping last video was going to be my last video about James Charles because frankly I'm sick and tired. I feel like I've said that before. I have exams in about a week which I'm very underprepared for. But I'm here because 1, priorities, and 2, I don't want to disappoint. I made 2 videos about James Charles in the past. The first one was about his betrayal of Tati, aka GlamLifeGuru, and the second one was about his tour prices and Gage, his Coachella boyfriend. And if you want to watch any of those, they'll be in the description down below. I kind of want to get up close and personal with you guys. So James Charles started losing subscribers after he posted his Met Gala video, which, I mean, it wasn't bad. He was going into negative. I think he lost, first day it was about like 4,000, second day he lost about 9. It's kind of big, but if you think about a channel that has 16.5 million subscribers, losing about 15,000 isn't huge, you know? The video had 200,000 likes and about 50,000 dislikes, which I haven't seen that bad of a ratio on his channel in a really long time. So this was kind of big. When you went on Twitter, you kind of realized that people were not really hating on him as much as just memeing him because his Met Gala look was not it. What was basically visible on Twitter was people memeing his outfit because he made, I think, 3 like fashion review videos now, one of them being a red carpet one, and he roasted, I can't remember who it was, I'll insert a picture of her here, and then he showed up looking like this. So, you know, sometimes just stay humble and keep your mouth shut. 2 people are saying that he's a straight man predator, so they were worried about Harry Styles and Shawn Mendes since they were also going to the Met Gala. I can officially confirm that both are safe and sound. 3 people want him to just shut the up. Like, at this point, me too, sis, me too. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear the excuses, the explanations, the constant complaining on Twitter. Like, for someone with 16.5 million subscribers, you'd think he wouldn't have time to go on Twitter and argue with his fans and block people. Do you see Jeffree Star doing that? No, because he's running a fucking business, okay? Allegations came out that he was a bit of a predator in high school, that he catfished a whole football team pretending to be a girl to get inappropriate pictures. I'm not going to get into that because there's actually not much evidence on that. By not much, I mean there's no evidence on that. It is just word of mouth. I'm not going to get into that because I think those kind of allegations need something to back them up. But what actually sparked this video is Tati Westbrook dropped a video where she came for his throat, and I think it was well deserved, to be fair. I don't care how bad that sounds. I think at this point, everyone needs to know what he's really like. She went into a few different main points. I'm kind of going to hit on just the main ones. The video is 43 minutes long. I am going to put the link in the description down below if you do want to watch that. I think it's great. I think it's 43 minutes well spent. I was very content watching it. Everyone snapped. But if you're here, I'm assuming you've already watched the video, so I'm going to hit on the main points. The first one being that he's money obsessed, which is kind of the main point that everyone started hitting on. With the whole sugar bear hair situation, allegedly, according to Tati, he chatted a lot about people that took that sponsorship. And not only did he chat about them, he also chatted about sugar bear hair as a brand. And to then take the sponsorship just shows your true colors. It shows how easily you can be swayed as a person by just waving some money in front of you. He said that he didn't promote Halo Beauty, which is Tati's hair and skin and nail vitamin brand, because he's got a young audience and it would be inappropriate to promote vitamins. But the moment Sugar Bear Hair offers to pay him to promote vitamins to his young audience, it's all of a sudden not inappropriate anymore. Once again, it shows how easily you can be swayed with some money waved in front of your face. I'm already tired. Why am I out of breath? And I think the overall message of that video was that he thinks money means he can f people over and he can leave people hanging because anything is allowed when you're rich. Now, James, I just want to make it very clear that your huge LA mansion isn't going to mean shit when it's just you in it. If I was you, I'd start worrying about your relationships more. And I don't just mean romantic ones, I mean your friendships, your family, and trying to strengthen those, because right now it's looking like you're left with nothing. Another point she hit on was that he's got a huge ego. He thinks everything's about him. If you say anything that remotely resembles something that could be said about him, he'll think it's about him, even if it's not. So when Shane Dawson posted a picture of him and Tati for an upcoming collaboration that they did, James obviously thought it was about him, that it was some kind of a backstabbing, that they were just doing it to spite him, and not that maybe Shane Dawson and Tati just wanted to film a collab together, because everything revolves around Mr. James My Ass Is Always Out Charles. Talking about Shane Dawson has actually unfollowed James Charles. I don't know if he ever followed him, but he's not following him now. But James Charles has been now unfollowed by Kylie Jenner, Demi Lovato, Katy Perry, Tati, and Jeffree Star. So the list is probably longer, but this is all I could find. Regarding Sugar Bear Hair, just more specifically, he obviously promoted them on Instagram. There was hashtag ad in the corner. Tati then posted an Instagram story where she was crying about it. He then went on Instagram story and posted an apology. Now, that apology never, not once, named Halo Beauty by name. Like, the company Halo Beauty was never mentioned. Now, even Tati said that that is very fishy, and that sounds like a contract was signed, because if a contract was signed, there's usually an exclusivity clause, which means you're not allowed to name any direct competition. And also, he posted the apology but never took down the ad for Sugar Bear Hair, which means that the deal in the contract was it stays up for 24 hours. So he, by contract, was just simply not allowed to take that down or name Halo Beauty by name, which makes it sound a lot worse now that it's kind of confirmed by a reliable source. I've been saying that for a while though, and no one was listening to me, so... And obviously the last probably main point is that he is a predator. Now it's been confirmed. I'm not trying to get sued once again, but Tati did say you were a predator, so I don't know. I'm gonna believe my queen Tati, you know? Allegedly, James Charles is constantly pursuing straight boys, which we been knew. When she was out for her birthday, he was sitting at the table with her family and her like old childhood friends and was making very inappropriate comments about the waiter who was straight and the things that he would do to him. And then when Tati said that he is straight, James Charles said that it doesn't matter because he's a celebrity. Now, after that, Tati said that, you know, they've had conversations before that made her sick. He said things to her about those situations before that have made her sick. Now, like, she never explained those situations. She didn't actually tell us what he said that made her sick. But if she didn't mention it, it means it's worse than making comments about a waiter and saying that you don't care if someone is straight because you're a celebrity. So imagine he's actually said things worse than that she hasn't said in the video, because it would probably end his career way more than it already has. It doesn't matter that he's straight. I'm a celebrity. It's not even the worst of it. Like, there are actually worse things he has said to her that she doesn't want to say because they made her sick, and she knows that it will probably end up in some kind of a court case because someone is about to get sued. The fact that she still left things out, like, there's more to this story. There are more details. He said worse things. That blows my mind. After her birthday dinner, the next morning, she had to call her friends and family to apologize for how uncomfortable he made them feel, which I think is the worst secondhand embarrassment you can ever feel. Then Tati said something that really hit close to home. As you know, James Charles, if you know, really likes escape rooms, and Tati said sexuality is not an escape room that you can crack. And wow, she snapped. She came for his throat. I'm living. James has now dipped below 16 million. He was on 16.5 million. He is now on 15.5 million. I'm just, gonna put this out there. Congrats, James Charles, on 15 million subscribers. Only up from here, huh? In about 24 hours, he has lost 1 million subscribers. Now, I wish I even had like 1 million subscribers to lose. I don't even have that to lose it. So if those 1 million subscribers want to come over my way, I don't really make makeup videos. It's still a fun time around here. I think this is actually the most that a YouTuber has lost in that amount of time since I've started watching YouTube, which was in like 2008. Like, it's been a whole 11 years, and James Charles really just did it for the culture. If we go on his social blade, he's been losing subscribers since Tuesday. It is now Saturday as I'm filming this. The first day he lost 5,000, the second day he lost 9, then he lost 5,000, then he lost 540,000, and now today he's currently lost 505,000, but it's obviously not the end of the day yet, so I'm assuming he's gonna hit about 600,000 or 700,000 today. There is some conspiracies going around. I actually was screen recording his sub count to use for this video, and I realized that at one point he gained about 15,000 subscribers just out of nowhere, just within a second. And Philip DeFranco posted a screenshot where you can see just a spike. Like, that's not how 15,000 subscribers would come to you. It's usually, you know, kind of gradual, but there it just hits up. Now, Gabriel Zamora on his Social Blade at the same time hit up as well. Now on Tati's channel, it went down at that moment. Does this look like a bot buying situation? I mean, kind of. It's kind of weird how both Gabriel and James, that were both called out in Tati's video, gained subs out of nowhere at the same time. And in that time, Tati lost. I just think it's kind of funny, to be fair. I think if he actually bought subs thinking like, ooh, 15,000, that's gonna solve it. Damage control. Sis, you've lost 1 million subs. But on a better note, Tati just hit 6 million subscribers. Ariana was truly correct when she said that God is a woman. I am voting Tati in 2020 with my non-existent US residency, so I'll see you then, guys. But James has now released a apology. Now, when I say I mean like this is some good shit. I love this. I'm not gonna like go into any points he made, because guess what? Surprise, surprise, he made no points. Now, he said nothing concrete for 8 minutes. I don't know how you can spend 8 minutes and say absolutely nothing of value, but go off, I guess. He was fake crying and heavy breathing throughout the whole thing.
Mom, I need you to know that you're the most important person in my life.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
At one point, I physically cringed. Like, I felt my body go inside of itself. I clenched. Like, it's really just Laura Lee all over again. Now, do I think this is as good as Laura Lee's apology, or as bad, should I say? No, not quite. She had the tear. She had the crying in Gucci. You know, you cannot beat that. You just can't. But was it better than Manny MUA? Yeah. So I think that's the ranking system for now. It's Laura Leach, James Charles, and Manny MUA. Since the start of 2019, I've smelt something fishy, you know? Oh, that sounded bad. I thought there was something up with James Charles. Watching his content kind of made me uncomfortable, and that's when you know, where you're just like, oh, I don't feel right watching this. He said too much on social media. For someone who's a businessman who has got a huge channel, you shouldn't have this much free time to snap at 15-year-olds on Twitter. Like, do you not have anything better to do with your life? I know before the hate comments start coming in, oh, do you not have anything better? Shut the f up, okay? He is a businessman who allegedly is a multi-millionaire. How the f do you have time to go on Twitter and block your fans for calling you out? I don't get it. Everything I said up to this moment about James Charles, not just in this video, but every other video, is I've said negatives and I've said positives. And I know for a fact that I remained objective throughout. I have never been biased in any way. Whether I liked him at the time or didn't, I remained objective. But at this point, I'm sick and tired of hearing about James Charles. I don't want to see his face anymore. I don't want to hear his name for at least a month before I can go and check up on him and see how he's doing with his new shade called Social Blade. It's this beautiful new red shade. It's available now for sale, so go and get it while stocks last and use code cancelled for 10% off. Talking about shades and palettes, I don't know what to do with this. I used it twice, and if you remember, I think I bought this a solid 4 months ago. I've used it twice. When it got to my house, I was very excited about it, and I opened it, and it is really pretty, right? Like, look at it. It is really pretty. You know, the neutrals, the rainbow. It is really pretty, but a lot of the shades are really chalky and like overly powdery, and not like a good powdery, like Anastasia Beverly Hills powdery, like Sis. Those are good. This is kind of bad. And now I can't even bear to look at it because it's got his name on it, and I'm just like, I've just had enough. So I'm just like, what do I do with this? It's just money gone to waste, realistically. I mean, money went into his pocket for him to buy more arseless trousers for Coachella. It's like, great. I'm glad I'm funding a good project and a good cause. Love that for me and my bank account. Let's see where this goes. Currently, James is losing anywhere between like 30 and 70,000 an hour. Subs, I mean. And I don't see this picking up anytime soon. So good luck to you, James. I think overall, I'm glad this happened. I'm glad he got called out, because hopefully now he'll fix up his act, because he knows he can't get away with it anymore. And that's kind of where I want to end this on. That's my opinion. I think he deserved it, and it was coming to him, and karma catches up with you sooner or later. I think some people think they're invincible because they're rich and or famous or whatever it is. And I think at the end of the day, karma will catch you and she will bite you in the ass. And that's probably something you'd enjoy. So That's me signing out. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything, comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos whenever. Turn on post notifications and you'll know when that's happening. Follow me on all my socials, there'll be an description down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.